Good morning, America.
What the fuck happened there?
No. I'm joking. We're not in America.
Good morning. No, wait, it's not morning. It's evening. It's
Yeah,
dark
yes.
outside. Oh well, it's the same
Wait,
in the
what?
morning,
Where
I
are
guess.
we? I'm joking.
Howdy, my dear brother.
Howdy. What do you think you're cowboy now because you're wearing boots?
Yeehaw, brother.
Well,
Yeah, I am. How are you
boots.
today?
I'm sick as. I'm sick. I've been sick, but otherwise, I'm good.
Sick, like as
Barely.
in.
What?
Yeah, you're having a cold.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm never sick usually, so this is like my throat and my nose, and I have like a fever. So after like I trained push this Monday, and after that I just got like worse, and I had like just progressively got worse as the week went on, and I had like a few days off from work where I had like vacation and I was sick, so it wasn't optimal. But what are you gonna do? So I had to just like rest up and chill.
Yeah.
I wanted to train, but I gotta listen to my body. I was like, usually I'm like, I'm feeling a bit off. Should I go in and train? And then I was like, I always do that. I always go to train because I love to train, and then I'm like, it's gonna be worse. So I know if I went in and trained when I felt like that, I would have been like, like really sick. So now I got sick, but not as sick. But I think I'm gonna try to train tomorrow or maybe Tuesday. Hopefully, I'm starting to feel better. You? How's your week been?
I've been pretty sick as well.
Oh shit.
Couple of weeks, but yeah, I mean, I've been working out anyways because it's been like thrown up.
No, but like a couple of weeks. Yeah, but
But I've been like, I don't know, having weird stuff. Just a lot of phlegm and a lot of feeling weird. I don't know. It's been ongoing. Like I'm still having weird shit. Phlegm and stuff. But yeah, but it's mucus. I don't know.
Is it called phlegm?
Yeah,
I'm feeling a bit phlegmy today, man.
Phlegm. Yeah, I think it's word. Phlegm, mucus. I don't know. But yeah, it's been like that for I don't know, fucking 2 months now, I think.
Yeah.
But I feel fine now, so I'm working out as normal now. Actually, last week I actually went really hard. I did like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday.
It sounds like that's something new. Oh yeah, I went really hard for once. It's like, dude.
No, but I felt like when I did it like in that way, when like go every day,
yeah,
and just do like a push pull leg, just
modified.
rolling.
Oh,
yeah, just rolling. Yeah.
No, it wasn't modified, right?
No,
You
it
did
was
push
it,
pull.
it became, but I wanted to do Monday through Thursday, just rolling push pull leg.
Yeah, on Saturday.
And then like a lighter version
Upper.
on Saturday because I have my daughter and you can only leave her for 1 hour in the
gym.
it's like a childcare little corner where you can leave your kid for like 1 hour.
Yeah.
So I want to do like four different sessions and then like one light one on Saturday. But it's I felt with nutrition, even though maybe I haven't been like in a super deficit, but I felt
you've been in a super deficit.
I don't know. I'm not sure 100%. But
that's based on your subjective.
Yeah. But I felt so hard and so I don't know. It felt different. My body felt like it was harder, and I felt it looked better when I worked out more. I don't know. And maybe I'm gonna do that more because I feel like it's.
When did it feel and look better, at the gym or at home?
At the gym and at home, but mostly at the gym. I felt like
but of course,
super
if
powerful.
you train, you're gonna.
No, but it's like I felt like I don't know how to explain it, but I felt harder, stronger.
Maybe you just started pushing yourself more. You got more vasodilation. You've started to prep, so you're.
Maybe it's just
your nutrition is probably a little bit more on point.
Yeah.
So we're trying to optimize a little bit more with the nutrition timing and stuff,
Yeah.
with your electrolytes and potassium and everything, and sodium around the workout.
No, but that's always been on point, I would say. I
Not to the
think it's more
extent that
like
it's now. Not to the extent that it's now.
yeah, I mean,
It's
potassium, sodium, like hydrating, all of that has been on point the days I've been working out. But I think what's actually damaged me and my recovery, uh, like in the broader picture, is like
well,
I've
you
been
said your sleep.
sleeping.
Yeah, you're
I've
sleeping
been
more.
sleeping so
That's a
much
big part.
better. Yeah,
Yeah.
so much better. I've been taking it seriously. Yeah,
Yeah. So you
and
recovered at some point.
not really had like dirty sheet days. I think that as
Fluid
well
retention.
affects my sleep as well, because on the weekends I've been going to bed at the same time, so I've been like in bed at 9. The latest I was in bed was yesterday actually, like 10:30 or something. So I've been sleeping consistently 8 hours for 2 weeks, and it feels. I think that's why.
Yeah,
honestly.
that's a big part of it. But also your cheat days, you consume so much that you also your cells couldn't handle all of that glycogen, so you spilled over the cell. And what happens then is the water's gonna put itself extracellularly. So you're gonna look a little bit more puffy between the muscle and the skin. So you want the glycogen in the water to be able to fill up the cell, but not overfill it, because that when you eat too much glycogen, it's gonna spill over, and as well as you're not in that good of a shape, so you can actually spill over, but if you eat too much glycogen, so that's when you had your cheat days, you ate so much, so you spilled over. You had like maybe great workouts, but you still look puffier. Now you don't have that, so it's more stable. So you're gonna look a little bit harder because you're not spilled over. But you did, like we talked about it. You were supposed to do like a push pull lower upper.
Yeah,
variation.
I know, but I
think that's like amongst the optimal, because you're gonna be able to hit the muscle approximately twice a week.
Upper lower push pull leg.
Push pull legs, upper lower.
Okay, maybe I should actually look into that. Yeah. I don't know.
That's like the most optimal. I would like maybe six exercises per workout, not too long workouts. So that's what I would do. I prefer 4. They're a little bit longer, but I prefer when I'm in the gym. I don't want to be in the gym all the time now. I used to, but I've been in the gym for 17 years.
17 hours.
17 hours.
That's a long workout.
Arm workout, rich piano style. But no, yeah. So I think that's one of the most optimal splits for just general growth.
But it's, yeah, I mean, if you do like push pull leg, push pull, I mean,
yeah, you're getting legs once.
I mean, no, then the other week I'm doing legs twice.
Push pull.
So if it's rolling, push pull leg, push pull, and then rest, and the next week you do push pull leg, push pull.
Dude, let's not go into programming. You're not there right now. The frequency on the upper body days are obviously a lot more, so the leg workouts are not as frequent.
Yeah, but I really do enjoy.
You're supposed to do like a push pull. Maybe if you're thinking about it like that, every 5 days, push pull, rest, legs, rest, push pull, rest, legs, rest. So you're training the body every 5 days, and you're training 4 to 5 times a week, or a push pull.
I mean, that's
upper
more,
lower rest. You can do that too. So those two are my preferred splits. If I'm not going into like a modified split where I have to optimize my recovery in certain areas, or increase frequency on certain areas. So it's based on the subjective need. But
yeah,
I think those two are the basic ones when you really want to put on size.
Yeah, it seems logical. I mean, if you get to actually hit the muscle twice a week.
Not that you could really like that. The only probability of you being able to go the hardest is when you have to do a little work more often. But if you can do all the work in one session, that is I've understood from people listening to people smarter than me and reading some papers. It should be about the same.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the pro split, as I talk about, exists, because the guys do like pro split and they kill one body part like a week. So it's about handling the volume, and I'd say that you're best at doing that a little less, more frequently than a lot uh, at just one go.
Something I'm very curious about, when I've been optimizing my sleep, I'm I'm thinking like how well would you actually recover if you were to be enhanced and doing all the things
Wow,
that
yeah, that's crazy.
I do. I mean,
It's crazy.
I wonder
That's
how much quicker I would actually grow. Like when you have nutrition and sleep and the work ethic into it. Yeah.
yeah, it's you're like the thing about enhancement is that you can work harder, you can do more because your body is enhanced. So you recover faster. You can say that you're better at perhaps utilizing the food that you're consuming. So you just become an enhanced version of yourself. So you can actually do more when you're enhanced. And from the like people around me that I know, I've talked to, that walk down that path, which I don't recommend for people that are not really pursuing the competitive side. I don't see the reasoning for ever going that route because it's not worth it, in my opinion. Um, and you have to have lofty goals. You have to believe in lofty goals and really go for it if you're gonna go that. There's no mentality in you that should exist if you go that route, the enhanced route. You need to aim for the stars. There's Because you're putting your health at risk, and your health is the most important part that you can control, uh, if you can. Yeah, but you like a lot of people also they start early because they don't have the correct influence, and they don't take the appropriate path, which I think is going natural for a few years, just bulking and just being in a surplus for years, especially when you're younger, and just putting on as much size natural as you can, and then cutting down for 20 weeks. So the cutting part is the easy part. The building muscle part is the hardest part. Then doing in show natural, seeing what you look like, and then you can make the decision: should I go for it? And da 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 da.
Yeah,
And it's a more qualified decision, and you can get insight from more qualified people because they're going to see you compete, and you're going to be able to talk to them and get a coach and stuff. Yeah.
but people doesn't they don't really hear about the downside and the dangers of steroid use.
No, it's not like usually people want to romanticize um, whatever they're doing, but I appreciate people that are open in all regards,
About their use.
but the side effects, what happens, and that, like when I was younger, I had a lot of turbulence in my mind about what I wanted to do, uh, with life, with um, bodybuilding, and I heard people, and I could make up my mind with their insights, so I could listen to them and take a lot away from how they lived their life, so I could apply it in mine, and that has helped me stay natural. Actually, like people going that route and saying it's not worth it has helped me um, stay true to my decision. And then seeing natural guys that have stayed natural, that has not taken anything, that has also helped me, because I can see that what you're capable of, and I could see what I was capable of. And bodybuilding is it's a genetic thing. Like if it's not for you genetically, you're gonna notice if it is, but the probability of it being worth it for you You can love something and you don't have to. I love bodybuilding. I've always loved bodybuilding. But I love it to the extent that I don't have to take steroids and compete. And yes, I'm not going to get the most validation or, oh, look at that guy, so big, da da da. Even if I get it now, it's not to the same extent. I know a lot of people saying that without steroids enhancement, I wouldn't be where I am now. Of course, no, you wouldn't probably. Um, so if you really love it and you want to do it for yourself, do it. You want to take it all the way, do it. I support it absolutely, but I wish it wasn't so. I wish that this sport was not enhanced, but it is, and there's really nothing that you.
But then again, to be honest, the enhanced part is kind of interesting though, because it kind of makes you wonder what's actually possible.
Yeah.
How far.
Yeah.
And what might come out in the future. I mean, product wise, maybe there's something in the future that's gonna make you grow much more than what's available today, or
yeah, like myostatin deficiency and stuff like that.
yeah,
and that works.
and
So
like
you can see like
cognitive.
the cows, the blue Belgian cows. It's just muscles.
Man, I saw this fucking cow. It was like like dwarfing other cows. It was like easily 10 times bigger than a normal cow. It was insane. I was like, hello. So yeah, there are freaks.
Yeah, I absolutely think that's something that's going to be more known in the future.
And maybe if you like,
but would you want it as like it's physiologically not? We're not supposed to be that size.
That's true.
So that's why it's very dangerous too with the blood pressure and.
But what are we supposed to be like though? How are we supposed to be? What is
where we are in our evolution, I suppose. So there's guidelines.
But if you think about like hunter-gatherer era, they didn't really optimize protein nutrition and lift like stone weights. They didn't really become buff hunters, if you know what I mean. They were like, I mean, what they did made them muscular.
Maybe they were buff then compared to what they knew back then. Some dude was like, oh goddamn, that's a big dude. Why? Oh yeah, genetics, and he lifts a lot of rocks. Oh, maybe I should start lifting rocks. So it's based on what we know now, right?
Yeah. I mean, imagine
what they knew
like,
back then is what they knew back then.
Yeah, but imagine like you had to survive back then, yeah. And then you needed to.
We need to survive now too.
But not really.
No, we're too lazy.
I mean,
we have it good.
You honestly don't have to do anything. I mean, you can literally sit at home and press a couple of buttons on your phone, and you have your meal. Yeah.
Oh, you mean like that?
Yeah. And you can outsource literally everything, I think. So
start
you
to work
don't
with a little bit of drop shipping.
Yeah, but you don't need to do anything. You can sit at home and just have a pizza delivered to your door.
That's the interesting part about our evolution and physiology. When you're on prep, like the last few weeks, your body goes into like survival mode because it's so low in body fat that it thinks that it's starving. And then you have to be mentally prepared for that, because your body's not going to want to sleep. It's going to want to get up, and it's going to want to get food because it thinks it's starving. Yeah. Even if you're eating, let's say, 2,000 calories, it's still not enough because the body is in such a fragile state, in such low body fat. So it thinks it's like, hey, what's happening? Am I starving here? I need food. We need to get up. Let's go. So that's an interesting.
It is interesting. It's also very interesting when you see people when they reach for the cookie jar.
Yeah.
Like how
the blood sugar.
The blood sugar and
I think blood
the
sugar
dopamine and everything that happens.
The blood sugar is something you really need to learn how to work with, because your nutrition timing and optimization needs to have that in regard too. So you shouldn't really get those dips, because that's going to increase the likelihood of you doing something that you regret.
A regret.
So let's say that's why meal frequency and that has to be taken into account based on the individual. How you respond to food. So if you go too many hours without food, like at night, usually some people prefer having a big meal at night, like 3 hours before they go to bed, to really sustain them. Some prefer big breakfasts, or some prefer waiting in the morning not to eat, so that they can eat more frequently their food at night. So instead of having like 3-4 hours between their meals, they'll have like maybe 2 to 2.5, because it just fits them better, and they feel more compliant to their diet. So you have to work it out yourself, and need to work with your body, and try to work with your blood sugar too. I think that's
personally
important.
I prefer eating a bit later in the morning.
Yeah.
And then having more frequency, and I don't like to eat too late at night either. So like I prefer to eat between like 9 in the morning, and then like last meal like latest like at 5 or something.
5?
Yeah, I
that's
feel like
you cheat on your diet.
No. But that's not possible right now, because I eat when I get home after the gym.
When do you go to bed?
Like
9?
8:30.
No, you don't.
I do.
Really?
Yeah. But
when you close the light, when you sleep?
Late as 9, but 8:30.
9, so you sleep. What do you sleep, like 8.5 hours? 9 to 5:30?
8. But I sometimes I wake up like
hungry.
4:30. No. I never wake up hungry.
Yeah, but now you noticed in the weekends when you're up a little bit later, that's when your blood sugar goes low.
Yeah.
So that's when you get hungry. That's what I want to try to avoid. I don't want you to.
But I usually go to bed.
I sent you a schedule when we were here. I'd like you, preferably, like for you to follow that, so I know the variables, because that's gonna keep your blood sugars more stable.
Yeah,
I want you to have a meal before, like 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed, at least.
But I will do
even if it's just protein and a little bit of fat, just to the slow digestion. You have it. Your body has amino acids in the bloodstream while you sleep, because you sleep a long time. I prefer that because it's going to help with your blood sugar and your sustainability with your diet.
Yeah, but the thing is, in the morning I'm very stable. Like I prefer not to eat until 8-9, even though I wake up at 5. I don't care. But the thing is, I don't know, I've been doing my own thing the first weeks now of the diet, but you have more experience, and I trust in your wisdom, my brother. So I will. Next week I'm gonna.
Yeah, but I understand your point, like because you're trying to optimize, but you can't really optimize your health and nutrition on a prep. It's not something that's supposed to be sustainable.
I mean, in the start you can, because you have more
can do whatever in the start, but you still, like, you have to start well to finish well.
Yeah.
You can't start shit and then expect to finish well. You have to, on a prep, it's a different beast. It's not something that you, competing isn't easy. Like, it's not easy following a diet strict for 20-25 weeks. No. It is if you have a goal and you've been there before, it's easier. But as someone doing it for the first time like you need to start good and finish good. And it's about really having the, I feel like you have to have the volume. So that's why I prefer 5 meals. You can get by 4, but all the liquids foods needs to go out. You need to chew your food for the enzymes and catalysts in the body for your physiology to really work, for your digestion to work. You need to chew, preferably, especially on diet. You need to, like, oils. I want to change, like, some oils to nuts, eggs, to get something that you can chew, because I think that's more sustainable when you're getting low. So all the liquid nutrition, I think, should go out. I believe there's a space for it when you're bulking and you get really high in calories to get the food in if you're at that point. But on a prep, I think you need to chew as much as possible.
Yeah. Well, then again, we're all different, but
Yeah, but a
I
prep
think
is so different.
yeah, but
It's a different
you're
beast.
I believe you're right, but I don't. I don't know if I actually feel like I need to eat or chew a lot of stuff because
No, but
I
like you said, you tasted like this initial, like you tasted a little bit of food this weekend.
yeah
Even now, 22 weeks out, it doesn't even exist in my world. I have a food scale. I eat what I prescribe for myself.
yeah
Then you not, this. Oh, I can taste that. No, no. After your prep, there's a life again. During this prep, you need to not let yourself down. If you started something and you've committed to yourself, don't ever let yourself down. Don't give up on yourself because
no,
you
but
need to be fighting for yourself. If
yeah
you started something, finish it. And I know you had a problem with that. We've talked about that because you don't feel like you finished a lot of stuff that you know you could have.
mm.
But this is the time that you need to really follow through. And don't
Yeah,
just. It's like Bruce Lee. Would you remember what he says on this Blue
be
Bruce
like
Lee?
water.
No, yeah, that too. Saying is not enough. We must
I do you
do.
do yeah
Knowing is not enough. We must apply.
yeah
So you can say a lot of things, but the actions are the thing that's really gonna
yeah.
solidify what you're doing.
He
So you,
was such an interesting character.
yeah, I liked him. He's the only reason that I like playing with nunchucks, and that Dad had him at home with his 12 samurai swords. So
Yeah,
I think you need to hold yourself accountable.
yeah,
Because if you
of
can't hold
course.
yourself
Yeah.
accountable, how can you look yourself straight in the eye?
But I do hold myself accountable.
Yeah, but you need to make yourself.
That's why anxiety exists.
so it does for me, brother. No, but we all have.
Why do you turn Irish like from?
I don't
from
know. I don't know.
brother?
It just happens. You know the gender in me.
For
It just comes out.
are we in
Yeah.
Braveheart?
Yeah, a Brevard.
Charge.
Freedom. I can't scream. My throat is hooked.
Freedom. Yeah. Freedom, brother.
Freedom, brother. America.
Need some burgers up here in here.
Now need some steaks.
Steaks.
Yeah, but no, I think accountability is good when you told yourself to do something, because you need to. It's a different feeling when you put a goal out and you achieve that goal and you can look yourself in the mirror and be proud of yourself. It's a special feeling, like as a bodybuilder or someone that's trying to pursue something. We're very self-critical. It's never good enough. You're never good enough. But when you get to the point, for me, it wasn't about winning, even though I did. It was about achieving the vision that I saw in my mind that I wanted to look like. And when I did, I was like, wow. I actually okay, I did it, but I can do better. And that's like where what's the next step? Oh yeah, finish this goal. It's empty. Like first competitions were hell because I was like almost like I don't want to use depression lightly, but I was like low because I was like, what now? What now? I competed. What now? It's empty. No, but you have to have a bigger picture, or you have to take another step. There's always another step until we're in the ground. So this is a goal, and then you have another goal, a side quest, or something else. You have a
side quest.
It's World of Warcraft.
But
I've been watching too many cinematics.
Yeah, but
but there's always another step. You can always take the small steps, and in the end, the small steps are going to be the big ones. You're moving. You're moving. You don't have to be perfect now. Just take a little step.
Yeah,
do a little, and then you're going.
But you remind me very much of. I've been recently. I started to listen to David Goggins' book. You Can't Hurt Me. You kind of sound like
me. I can start crying.
No, but he says the same thing about the journey, about the mental fortitude. Like he says, it's like the callus you get on your hands. You need to get the callus off your mind.
Dorian Yates says that too.
Yeah,
like when he's talking about recovery and hypertrophy. Like if you cut off your like the calluses on your hand, and you go in and train a muscle too frequently and it's not recovered, you're just gonna it's never gonna heal.
No.
So
No, but
that's
I mean
yeah,
the
you're
mental
taking about
fortitude
mental, yeah.
and like strengthening your mind and becoming, a better version of yourself by doing something you have set out yourself to accomplish, like like how hard it is to go on a diet for
Yeah.
24 weeks and actually doing it
Feels good.
successfully, and then the 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 reward you get
Yeah.
when you're on stage, all like that feeling must be amazing. Like when you're there and you feel like, yeah, I'm here. I've done what I told myself to do, and I'm like, I'm here. I made it. Like,
Yeah, but the stage also is so you're so self-critical. So the hard thing about bodybuilding is to enjoy it in the presence when you're there,
yeah,
because you're so hyper focused on, oh, am I good enough? Is this good enough? Do I look good? Is this what I imagined it would be? Have I achieved what I was set out to achieve? And then afterwards, when you get the final verdict of everything, you can see the picture. You're like, that's when you're like, wow, I did it. In my solitude, that's what happened to
I
me. I
think
was
that's
like,
how you
wow,
how
yeah,
you
how
yeah, yeah.
I did it. I was like, wow, okay, I
Mm.
did it. I freaking did it.
Because I would just be proud, like if I would have been in the kind of shape
Yeah, but you don't
that's
know that until you walk off stage.
yeah, no, but
And
but
people like
for
you get a
me,
little bit validation and you see the pictures, because the only thing you like it's like there's a difference looking good in the gym and looking good on stage.
yeah,
You you're so you don't look you you almost don't look good in the gym at the end of a prep, because you're so depleted, almost like you're so
you look good, but you don't
you're
feel good.
so skinny.
Yeah,
It's just muscle. So
it's
you feel small, you feel weak, you feel fragile, but that's what's needed for you to look good on stage. So you
yeah,
need to be really, it's like, performance athletes, they like kill themselves and then they have a deload to really get that sling ball effect when they're going up to the show for their strength. It's like it's it's almost the same in bodybuilding, because you're pushing yourself, and like 1 to 2 weeks before, you need to just break the car. And now it's fatigue management. We need to let the body, you're there body fat wise, but you have to push yourself to that point. You're not going to feel good, you're not going to look good. But then when you like slow it down, you deload, you handle the fatigue, you fill the body up with a little bit more food. Progressively, I prefer. Then your body comes to, alive, and then you look good on stage. But you have to push yourself to that limit, and you're not going to do that unless you're going to stand on stage. And if you don't do that, you're not going to look good on stage.
yeah,
So that's like saying, like, people that go to the beach and have a little bit of abs. Yeah, you have to easily drop 10 kilos to be in competition shape. So people don't really grasp it, but it's a different animal, especially the first time when you're in a competition prep. Then you need someone to be there for you,
but this
because
is
it's just a mental battle.
this is week 2, right?
So it's 22 weeks out. Yeah, so we've been dieting for 24, and I've essentially dieted for 1 because I've been sick for 1.
So how much have you dropped so far?
1.6 kilos.
And I've dropped. I don't really, I think I had a lot of water retention when I started.
Yeah, but usually you are, because you're not cheating anymore. So you don't have glycogen to hold the water, so you're excreting water too. And also when you drop the carbs, the water is going to follow. So it's also a lot of water weight in the beginning when you drop calories
Yeah,
from the carbs. Yeah, I've dropped. I want to follow the in the beginning when you have you want. I prefer to push it in the beginning when I have a little bit more fat. Still have a little bit more. I have high food, um, and I have my performance, because in the end I'm gonna be so fragile. I'm not gonna have the same stabilization. So I'm not. That's where I don't want to push it. because I'm going to be very low on the calorie side too. Um, and so my recoverability is not going to be as good. So where I want to push my fat loss in the beginning, and then I want to be able to slow it down by the end because I'm not going to be able to sustain my recovery and everything, my performance. So I want to be able to drop like up towards 1%, maybe 1.5. But that's, I can see that more in enhanced people because they don't have the fluctuation in their hormones as natural guys do, so they can actually push it more because they have like a enhancement.
Yeah.
But I like to stay around 1% in the beginning. Then I like to move it down to like 0.5% at the end. And then the last 2 weeks, I'd like to be ready so I can just increase the carbs a little bit, and just slow the weight loss down, and my body can come back. And when I find a spot in the gym where I look good at a certain carb amount, I'll decrease and increase 10%, 5 to 10% carbs every day to see what I look like in the gym. Um, and when I find a spot that I'm okay, this is look good. I'm not too full. I'm not too flat. I feel good. I have very defined. That's where I'll stop and I'll see. Um, and then usually like the day before I compete, I want to be. I don't want to be spilled over, but I want to be full. So when I'm posting, I'm gonna be full. But I know when I sleep, I'm gonna wake up a little bit flatter.
Yeah.
But so that's, you have to like maneuver your own physique a little bit, but you can't really go wrong when you're doing a progressive linear load with carbs. Where you can really go wrong is, and I think it's more of a guessing game when you're on an enhancement and taking diuretics and stuff, because it's more of a guessing game with your body. But as natural, it's not, in the same sense, I believe, or what I've understood from people around me and what I've read. Um, but a progressive linear load is almost, let's say, it's going to take you to between 80 to 90%, or even 100. With a backload, it's very risky if you haven't done, if you haven't been in shape earlier in the prep and done a trial load, then it's very risky. But it's still going to be risky. And you've standardized everything. But I know that progressive linear load is boring, but I think it's the safest way to not screw up your whole prep. You can also do front load. I think that's the next best thing after linear load. Back load is what I don't recommend. I've tried it, and it's a big guessing game. You have to be really astute and really experienced to do that. Um, so yeah, usually it's just prep is you set out your protein and your fats to make it easier for yourself, and then you just manipulate the carbs along the way.
That makes the most sense. You don't really deprive your body of protein and fats.
No, especially not as natural for your hormone regulation and balance. And then also working with your leptin and ghrelin, and stuff. Yeah.
And a lot of vegetables for filling the stomach out.
Yeah. So what's filling the stomach? Is the stomach? It's the fiber, right?
Yeah.
So you have to move over to maybe a little bit more fiber, to really fill it, because it's gonna draw water also to your gut and GI tract. GI.
So your stool gets better. GI tract.
Yeah, not just that, but you also had to drink a lot of fluids, water. That's also gonna fill you up. Not to the extent where you just go and pee all the time, because then then you're gonna pee out your electrolytes. So that's not good. You need to increase your salt. So there's a fine balance, but I think like for people that are active, you need to be somewhere between 30 to 40 milliliters of water per kilo weight of body weight. If you're not too overweight, but if you're like somewhere around 10 to 20% body fat, so not too far away from your lean body mass, that's a good guideline. 30 to 40 milliliters per kilo.
Never really actually measured like kind of controlled my water intake. I also drink when I'm thirsty, and I've noticed like it's kind of on a feel right now, but I've noticed that when I drink a little bit more than I usually drink, I just pee all the time.
So you need to take into account how how often you're urinating and what it looks like. Is there a little bit yellow in it, or is it just see through?
I mean, it's mostly see through. So,
Yeah.
but it's like when I mean, obviously when you had some coffee, it's kind of like darker, but it's like you actually notice pretty quickly when you like drink too much. I feel like.
It also depends on how much carbs you're eating.
Dude, you shouldn't drink your fucking carbs, bruh.
Per carbs, you're gonna need a certain amount of fluids too.
Yeah.
To digest and fill up the cells. Don't have the exact numbers. I don't want to put out numbers that are not correct. But that's also something you need to take into account when you're loading someone up or you're loading it for a show. The ratio between water and carbs and potassium and sodium.
Yeah.
So osmosis.
Yeah, the importance of salt is so like humongous.
It's very important.
Yeah.
But then it's also important not to get too much. But since we're eating so clean, we need to get the salt in. We're training so hard.
Yeah.
Especially in the summer, we're just sweating it out. So yeah.
But yeah.
But I wanted to talk. Now we've gone into a lot of our prep, like how it looks like. Maybe we haven't gone into like the macros and stuff. If that's anything fun to talk about.
I mean, if people want to know about macros more, they can
ask questions.
Yes, ask questions and we can answer.
I think actually got one question about that.
I mean, I don't know how fun it is to actually.
No, but it's just I think it's fun because if I see someone that's in great shape and they're natural, let's say I want to like get into what they eat, but it's very based on their subjective genetics.
Maybe you could actually do like a Instagram post where you kind of like outlier the basics, where it's like 2 grams of protein per kilo body weight, etc. You know, then you just like kind of like the mold of where you start, and then people can build upon it. Yeah, because I usually tell people.
I just wanted to say this before.
Yeah,
like when a thought appeared in my mind when you talked about David Goggins and that you found some similarities. Like I'm listening to a lot of podcasts myself,
but that's not
and the information that is out there. A lot of people, including myself, sometimes can take it in and forward it, but sometimes we don't really grasp it. So I think there's a lot of repetitiveness because we all have a source, right? We have Andrew Huberman, we have David Goggins, we have
Layne Norton.
We all have a source, but some people take that information and they apply it, and then they get their own experience with their own body. Some people just generalize, and that's okay, but it's not subjective. You haven't really tried it out. So you need to test stuff out for yourself. If you read something, you like, that's what I've done. That's the only way I was able to coach myself, because I tested stuff out. And I think accountability is very important there when you're coaching yourself. I have friends that help me along the way, like keep a check on me, like what I look like, you're looking good. And not just friends, like proper competitive, because you can't have your mom, because she's always going to say you look good. Yeah. She's going to you look good. And then you're like 10 kilos over, like.
You're always your mother's special boy.
Yeah, but like friends and stuff, they're always going to say you look good, but you need to have someone that's really experienced in whatever you're doing, so they can give you the appropriate
actually I think you should read that book, because
read book?
You can't
I don't read book. I listen book.
Yeah, you can listen to it.
The biggest problem when I studied like nature science in high school before
science, nature
health,
nature
science reading a book.
That's
I could
tedious.
go like dude, I'm like whoop, and I'm in bed, I'm reading, I'm like so I have to I like to listen. I'm a person that if someone tells me or shows me something, it's in my head.
Yeah, yeah, same,
I
same.
need to listen, or I'd have like it's like a sound book, or it's called, where I can listen to the book in like a podcast. I like that format a lot more. I can read, but it's not as effective, and I want to be as effective I can in
Don't you
learning.
think we are actually kind of wired to be like that? Because I mean, could you imagine that
Yeah,
you?
but evolutionary, we didn't read like that, right?
No, but let's say
Like you mean like we learned from doing and listening?
I mean, the vision I get when it's when you say that, it's like like Greeks teaching younger Greeks.
Yeah,
They talk, they
yeah.
show, they
Well, they could
explain.
probably read.
So it's not just like
They could read too. It's Latin.
yeah, but it's not like hey here read this book,
Yeah.
and then
Or
do
maybe
this
it
science.
was. I don't know. I don't even insight into
Yeah,
that
because today I feel
education
like
system.
yeah, but in schools the teachers are not really that. They're not really teaching. They're just observing and giving you assignments. A teacher, like you always remember a good teacher.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
you always remember the guy who actually made you interested and that made you listen. You're like,
Yep.
wow, really? That's
Yep.
cool. Like I
Yep.
want to learn more. Like that's a teacher. So it's
Yeah, in school, wow.
yeah.
That's like I had a really good teacher. I just passed like the tests in the course, but when we had like the finals, I aced them.
Yeah.
And that was because of him. Because I couldn't study. I just found it so hard and tedious. And when I listened to him, I was like, wow, I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah.
And the first like I studied like math to like four like D. But the first A and B was so easy for me because of him, and then he changed school because he got a better offer. And I understand that, but he was such a good teacher. But then I got like an older gentleman. He was like on the last few years of his
Life.
no, perhaps no, but he was like 60, 70 something. So it's like
Yeah.
he's gonna retire.
Yeah.
I just saw like he wasn't passionate like this younger guy, and dude, I couldn't. It didn't work. So if you're not like, I had like the first courses, so when you're studying in that degree, you have to really be in it from the start to really grasp it as it gets more advanced. And as he went out, and the other guy came in, I just lost it there, and I couldn't really follow along. So
That's insane how much one teacher
yeah
like makes and
yeah,
breaks
but and
some
he had
students.
physics, he had math.
Yeah.
Um,
But
so
how are you in general, like study wise? I mean, I remember you saying I
my
mean, you had
studying,
some anxiety around it, and you
yeah, when I was
wanted.
younger, yeah, I had such a performance. I wanted to be performance anxiety. I think, yeah, if you
Yeah,
translate it from Swedish, prestationsångest.
yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to really
You had
perform. I wanted to
anxiety
make,
around
yeah, but I
performance.
wanted
Yeah.
to make my parents proud because I wanted to be. I didn't want to be. I wanted to be like as good. I didn't want them to focus on me.
You didn't
I
want to
just
be a
wanted to. Oh
burden.
yeah, it's good. It's my good kid.
Yeah,
He's the good kid. He
yeah.
does good. He's a good kid. I
But
just
that was exactly what you kind of were.
yeah, but I
Yeah,
had so much anxiety, dude.
yeah.
As a kid, I was 10. I could wake up in the middle of the night. Oh, I haven't done that assignment. I haven't done this. I get like nosebleeds because I was
What?
yeah, I was
Oh
so
yeah, you said
anxious. I was just trying to like be a good kid. I don't like, because I know that we had a little bit of problems with like as a family when we were younger.
Yeah, yeah.
So I didn't want to put more pressure on anything in the situation. I just want to be a good kid, and that followed me long. But when I got older, and I wanted to, but I think like around 17, before I had started high school, but then I was like, why am I doing all of this? Is it to impress my parents or people around me, or doing whatever everyone wants me to do, or am I doing it for myself? And I wasn't doing it for myself. But I started along the half mid part of the education. Then I started like, yeah, I could do the music thing too. I like to sing, and that worked pretty well. Um, and I just started to like think for myself a little bit, like, oh yeah, I like that, and that made me a lot happier. So the courses that I really want to do, I aced. Like gym, I aced everything. English, I loved English, like language, German, uh, music. and yeah, and all the subjects that I really enjoyed, I pulled more to. But the ones that I didn't, and that's I didn't have that insight back then that I should have done. Sometimes you can't always do what you think is fun. I believe you need to do. That's why discipline exists, because it's not always going to be fun. Sometimes you need to do stuff that's going to get you there, but you need to do the boring part or the necessary things to get there. Um, but now I have that insight. I didn't really then. Um, so I think that's a part of discipline.
Yeah, I mean, again, going back to David Goggins, like that book is so relevant to me right now because everything you say, it's just so it's crazy how it kind of mirrors everything he says as well. Because he also says you should work on your weaknesses.
Yeah,
like your strengths are easy, your weaknesses are hard. So working on them is much harder than your strengths.
I believe you should work on both.
Yeah, but I mean, focusing more on your weaknesses to make them strong.
Yeah, of course.
And that discipline is king over motivation, because motivation is fluctuating. Discipline and routines are what's going to make you consistent.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean, personally, me in school, I when we were younger, I don't even know if I sincerely don't remember much from my youth.
No.
And in school, I was like not even present mentally there. I mean,
you had a lot to go through.
Yeah, but I don't understand how I actually got. I passed a couple of classes, and I don't even know how.
You passed a couple of classes.
No, but I mean, I wasn't far away from having a complete.
Okay. Yeah.
Graduation.
Yeah.
And that kind of baffled me because I was like, what the fuck, I'm barely
minimum.
in school, you know.
Yeah.
So
but you had some good. I think I remember you had some good role models, manly. Even though it wasn't enough, I had like Magnus. If I remember correctly, when you were younger, and then you had like Laws. Was it no?
Don, I think it was. I had one when I was in high school. His name was Don. He was a very good guy.
Yeah.
And then I had Magnus for
I think that did you good.
And then I had I don't remember his name, but he made a big impression on me when I was in gymnasium.
Yeah.
But it's
school.
Yeah, I mean, school wasn't for me. I think I have a very easy. I learn very easily.
Yeah.
I can learn and apply it very easily. The problem is, I didn't have the ability to actually do it in that time period.
I think school is for everyone, but not in the way that it is.
No, yeah, exactly.
I think education is for everyone, but it needs to be applied differently. So I think it's important to get the right support at home, because are you having kids just to have kids, or are you having kids to raise kids, like really educate kids? Or like when you get home, have you done your homework? Like it almost became like a punishment. Do your homework. No. If you can, sit down with your kids and like, oh, have you done this?
We should do like they're doing in Finland, you know?
What?
Finland has the best schools in the world. They are leaps and bounds ahead of most
We had a Finnish
countries.
exchange student. He wasn't there. I'm kidding.
No, but they actually have they have adjusted the school system to the kids.
Yeah.
Kids, they need their sleep to be optimal.
Of course.
So they have optimized it so that they actually start school later, so they can sleep more and get more sleep.
Yeah.
And they optimize so that they don't have any homework, and they have shorter
you mean
days
like
of
that,
school.
yeah.
So they have 6 hours.
I remember. Yeah.
6 hours schools days, and they have
quality over quantity.
Yeah, and they don't have any homework. So
I think that's
imagine that kind of like when you're young.
Why don't you do that? Like you have, let's say you have the courses, and then at the end of the day, you go through your homework of the courses. That's more effective, because then the intake is there and you're finishing it. in your mind. So it's there.
Yeah.
I think when homework works.
I mean, why would you bring school home? When you go home, you're supposed. So, for example, like you don't want to bring your work home. When you get home, you need that
sympathetic
time.
nervous system, and your parasympathetic nervous system needs to be in line.
Yeah.
When you get home, you need to chill.
Speaking of the parasympathetic nervous system, David Goggins, he says he can tap into it and like somehow use it for his like when he's in those dark moments, you know. When he went through Hell Week in the Navy.
Yeah, that's sympathetic.
Yeah, he kind of like you need to listen to the book. I swear.
Yeah, he's a fascinating guy. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I listen.
You're a fanboy.
Yeah, I am. I listened to it like just today, and when I listened
where
to it,
did you listen to it? Like,
Audible.
You bought it? Oh, you bought it on audiobook.
Audible.
It's Audible.
I'll show you later, but it's like
I mean, I know it.
Listening to him, I'm just goddamn. I'm such a pussy. Like I'm like goddamn. I mean that man. I just need to like. I've been postponing taking cold showers and cold plunges like for I don't know 6 months, but when I hear him talk, I want to do things that's uncomfortable to
so don't cheat
develop myself.
Don't cheat your diet. Don't take that little bit.
But that's not uncomfortable. Just
yes, it is in the long run. Believe me, if you can stick to a diet for 20 weeks of the same stuff, that's uncomfortable. Not a lot of people can do that.
But anything
like I've done like cold. My friend has like a sauna he built in his house.
Yeah, but
and he has a cold bath. Like that compared to doing like a prep, I don't think that's uncomfortable.
I mean, no, but the thing is,
this is so like sustained. This is sustained pressure. This is like you're really doing something 24 hours for 20 to 25 weeks. This like constantly. It's constantly.
Yeah, but I mean, with cold plunges, for example, it's like I don't want to do cold plunges in like when I'm working out because it kind of inhibits recovery a bit. It's not good for hypertrophy to do cold plunges.
No, it's a nervous system.
Yeah, but like sauna is good. It's good for recovery when you're doing hypertrophy. But
according to
science.
What science? No kidding.
I mean,
who told you that?
Lay Northern.
Okay.
Or there's some people I'm watching and I've heard a lot of around this because I'm curious.
Yeah.
But
good.
Doing cold plunges after a workout, I mean you can do it before. If you do cold plunges before a workout, it kind of helps you and makes you perform a bit better. But
before you work out.
Yeah. But after workout, like it's good if you're not doing hypertrophy for like elite athletes and like sprinters. Like I don't know.
You need to go into parasympathetic nervous system.
Yeah.
So you need to relax after workout. You need to as fast as possible
for recovery
to commend.
So I mean, cold plunges reduce inflammation. But the thing is, I'm trying to optimize that a bit. So that's why I do after each workout, I do sauna for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, because you're relaxing.
But the days I don't work out, I actually want to do cold plunges.
Yeah,
but I'm
you should
such
do that
a pussy. I'm not doing it
because it's adrenaline.
No,
so it's going to be sympathetic nervous system. It's going to put you into what sympathetic nervous system? It's going to
but it's for the dopamine system as well. Like you want to.
That's where Joe Rogan does it in the morning.
Yeah,
trigger really start.
Yeah, but he does it the correct way because he does it in the morning, and after he's been in a cold plunge, he does his morning workout to warm up. It boosts his performance and it doesn't affect his recovery because he doesn't do a cold plunge after his recovery.
No, he does it before.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Do it after.
So if he would have done the cold plunge after his workout, he would have inhibited his recovery.
Maybe I'll do that when I don't know. I don't see myself doing that. I don't want to do that now.
I mean, doing that on off days is good. Like doing like the days you don't work out or before as well. But like
on off days, I really want to keep my adrenaline low. I really want to be like really relaxed on my off days.
But you will be
go
more
for
relaxed.
a long relaxed walk. Yeah, perhaps, but I don't feel that. For me now, I don't feel that that's something that I want to do.
We should actually do that like next weekend. Go like our grandmother did.
Go they have like the bath, ocean. The bathing. what's it called? Like like the ocean here.
Yeah.
So they have like what's it called? Like a naked bath.
Naked bath.
Naked bathing.
You wanna go to naked bath?
And
See some naked people.
Yeah, it's just dudes. And you have like the sauna, so you can go in the ocean in the cold. But it's really cold in Sweden right now.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's supposed to be cold. It's supposed
We're all
to be
gonna
like
look like women. We're gonna look like women. We're gonna have ultimate shrinkage.
And that's
all the Danish people in Helsinki are gonna be looking like, oh, look at them tiny pickers.
Yeah,
all the Swedish
it's so
boys
cold. I swear,
tiny pickers.
It's only the cold.
Yeah, it's very cold. I turned into my body.
But yeah, I mean that's something I've been contemplating lately, and I really need to do it, and I think it would be easier. It would be easier if we did it together. Yeah?
I ain't I know a guy that does it every morning still.
Who?
Victor.
Victorious.
Yeah,
but he does.
Yeah, Gunningen.
Really?
Yeah,
that's cool.
No.
He lives closer.
I told him I was gonna go with him, and I haven't.
I want to go with him, but also another thing I've been doing lately. I mean, I'm also I don't know. I'm in between like a gray zone or something. I'm trying to optimize for health, but I need to not do that now on the prep. I'm gonna drop it completely.
Prep isn't optimizing,
and I'm gonna follow Malicious orders.
It's optimization, optimizing recovery and performance.
Yeah. But what I heard to say is I'm trying to do the.
When did the lights turn on?
I don't know.
We're not.
Ignore it.
Yeah, but that's weird. There's
someone here. no, but
there once was two boys. They sat in a lonely room.
Here's Johnny.
Shit.
No, but something I actually tried, which has been strangely positive. I don't know if I actually felt a big difference, but it kind of makes the morning and the day a bit easier to go through.
Mm-hmm.
You know Wim Hof?
Maybe.
His breathing method. There's a YouTube video.
Okay.
It's like a guided breathing session.
Yeah.
And you just do it every morning. It takes 10 minutes. It's like deep breathing, and afterwards you're like you feel lighter, and you notice your breath more. You're not you know it's very, very nice. You should try it.
I need to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to breathe, so absolutely.
Yeah, me too. Breathing is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is starting to get a bit tedious.
Tedious? What are you talking about? You don't like to talk to me?
Yeah.
No, I know we have some questions. I have some questions. Like the reason why we didn't do the last podcast last week, we were trying to do one a week.
Yeah.
Was it had some technical difficulties?
I had technical difficulties.
I'm trying to be nice and say we because I don't want to blame you for everything.
It's fine. I can be the self-proclaimed black sheep.
Black sheep, Jeep.
Write me.
Let's see.
So yeah, let's do some Euro questions. Yeah. They were actually a lot of fun. I enjoyed answering them last podcast actually.
Yeah, let's see. I have to pull them out. I think our friend had a question. Here we go. How do you avoid? I'm translating this. So, how do you avoid injuries during your career? So your career can be as long as possible. How do you avoid injuries?
In bodybuilding?
I suppose, but I think in general, I don't think it's not specific in any.
But I mean, in bodybuilding, I don't feel like the way you train in bodybuilding, you kind of have a hard time actually injuring yourself, I would say. Unless you're enhanced and you like go too hard and you like pop a fucking tendon or something.
That's simplifying it, I think.
Yeah, but in general,
I think overuse injuries, or I think that the biggest reason for people getting hurt is when they start to get stronger. that's where you have to really take a look into your programming.
Yeah, but that's
Because
what I
if your
meant.
programming isn't like, I know a lot of people that got problem with the shoulders because they had, let's say, a shoulder day and then they had the chest day, and then they had the chest day 2 days after the shoulder day. I'm like, wow, and the first thing I asked, did you press on your shoulder day? Yeah. I'm like, but you're gonna fuck up your shoulder because you're pressing with your delt also on the chest day.
But I press on shoulder day.
You do
I do
push.
chest and shoulders.
Yeah, exactly. But they do it separately. So
Yeah,
I think
know.
it's when you're trying to get stronger in your programming isn't optimized, let's say. You try to get stronger, that's when you're gonna run into issues and where you can hurt yourself. Stop looking. There's no ghosts.
What do you
The
mean?
lights are still on. If this is not gonna come out if someone comes in here and Hadouken us.
I mean, we're gonna have it on camera. It's gonna be viral.
You're like,
we're gonna be famous.
Like, you go away. And I'm like, what the hell happened? I'm like, bye, bye world.
The murderer edited us out.
Someone just drags you out.
he's like, comes in, like, he pauses the video. And I'm like,
yeah. What would you do if a big dude, with like a no, what could you say, like
the guy with the big guy with like a I love anal shirt?
No, please, no. He pulls on the way.
No, please.
No. Oh, Jesus, I would just close the door. But the thing is, the door here is like a big window. You can see through it. You close the door, and he stands like there. He's breathing on the window, like. And you're like, fuck off.
What is this? Like a horror movie.
That would be so scary.
Yes, Johnny.
Yeah. No, I would just like, I have like the skunk reflex. You know, if someone comes close, I'm like, and then they like, they die. You would be better at that. You would just like, and then they die.
I would shit myself. I would die.
maybe that's better than. Then I would die too.
I mean, I don't think it would be too fun to murder someone who smells like shit, you know?
That's gonna happen eventually if you're murdered. You're gonna release everything.
It's like you should be thankful your kid is... you should be thankful your kid is fat, because no one wants to kidnap a fat kid.
I'm gonna feed my kid.
Yeah, I mean, hey, don't kill me. I smell like shit.
Yeah, no. Anyways. Except from getting killed like that. We were talking about the question. I think programming is very important, and also listening to your body. When you feel like something is off or sore, don't train a muscle that is too sore, because it's not recovered. So it's not.
I mean, just don't ego lift. Just don't be a fucking idiot. You know when you're going. I mean, if someone tells you maybe you shouldn't do squats 4 times a week,
no,
maybe you're going to injure your back.
To rotate. You need to rotate exercises, because then the overuse problem is going to be reduced.
Yeah,
you can do the same, but if you're feeling a niggle or something, you need to rotate
feeling
it.
a what?
Niggle, like some uneasiness.
What?
Niggle.
What the fuck is
like
a niggle?
Uneasiness, like
niggle.
Yeah, niggle.
I've never heard that word in my life.
Niggle.
I'm feeling a niggle.
Yeah. I hope that's a word. It sounds good.
I've never heard
Wait.
a niggle.
Niggle. Oh, maybe that's not a word.
You-
Yeah. Cause slight but persistent annoyance.
Wait,
Discomfort.
what?
Cause slight but persistent annoyance, discomfort, or anxiety. Doreen wanted to discuss matters that niggled at her mind.
Niggle.
Niggle. I did not say that word. I said niggle. Niggled.
Don't put your arm down.
It sounds awful.
Put your arm down.
It sounds awfully close. Then you can say, if no one said niggle, I niggle. I didn't do the N word. I said niggle.
It's like when you say knickers.
Sneakers.
Yeah, or
My
sneakers.
Snickers.
Yeah.
No, niggle. Yeah, when you feel a slight niggle. It's a weird word. It popped into my mind.
I've never heard it in my life.
Niggle?
That's weird.
Niggle.
I mean, I listen to English content every day, 5 hours a day, and I never heard that word.
And this is a redneck word. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna niggle.
Again, another question that
Oh,
boring.
No, but yeah. So don't ego lift.
Yeah.
Think about your programming.
Yeah.
Don't space work muscle that work similarly too close to each other.
I mean, of course. I mean, if you're
and don't train sore. If your muscle is sore, it's
Yeah.
an indication that you're just not ready.
But
to
if you're a beginner and you like lift incorrectly, that can also be. So I mean, be careful when you're a beginner, and when you're more advanced, don't be stupid. Just
when you're advanced,
no ego lifting. You know.
No, when you're advanced, you know this. You shouldn't.
I mean, some people don't. I guess
they're advanced. They've made it.
They've made it.
They've made it.
Man, I had a guy who has been training
You had
boxing.
A guy?
I mean, there's a guy in my gym.
Yeah.
I don't know what he did. I think he did a back squat, and he injured his back.
What?
Yeah, and I was like, he couldn't lift with his one arm. I was like, what the fuck have you done?
Yeah.
And I told him, you should go check that out with a doctor.
Yeah.
Because you don't know maybe something went like very wrong.
Yeah.
And I told him, like, usually when you like fuck your back up and you can't move another part, it's like some of the wiring in the back is not connecting, so your body's not communicating, so you should check it out. And then I met him like 2 weeks after, and it was like, I asked him, did you go check it, like, did you make a doctor's appointment and look at it? He was like, nope.
Yeah.
But it feels a little bit better now. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then next question.
Yeah, we can't leave warm up properly.
Yeah.
Don't skip out on that. It's not worth it. What's the weird? No, wait. What if you get an urge? What if you get an urge to scratch your butt in public? Would you do it?
I mean, I'd scratch my dick in public. I don't care. I mean, not. What do you mean?
We weren't. It was not the dick question. It was a.
But that's more fun.
Your butt.
Yeah, why not?
Scratch your ass? Are you
ass.
going in there, or are you scratching on the pants?
Why the fuck would I go in? Or what the? Do you ever?
I'm expanding the question.
Wait, yeah, continue.
Are you just like squishing it?
I mean, I take my finger.
No, don't do. Okay, let's stop there. Let's stop there. I don't want to hear this shit.
I mean, you scratch the surface of your hands.
No,
you scratch the surface of your hands, but like outside of your like boxers.
You know what you do?
You know you don't.
No. You know what you do if you scratches? You find a bench and you go yes. You go. This looks so wrong. Don't do that.
Fucking Baloo, man.
Yeah, it looks wrong. It looks wrong.
Or you can go to like the cable cross and like, you know, when you do.
Stop. It looks weird. It looks sus. No, but I would probably scratch my butt on the pants, like the jeans.
And then you need to do the mandatory.
On my jeans? No, you don't. No, dude. No. No.
I swear, I had a friend. You know who I'm talking about. He always did that.
No. Why? Well, I guess sometimes you gotta check it out.
Like,
I'll say.
But it is a very special smell, you know.
How do you know? How do you know?
I mean,
we should dub this podcast to comedians because I don't know if I want to talk real about this. It's a very special smell.
But don't tell me you have never actually.
I've cleaned my crack.
Yeah, but when you scratch down there, then you're like,
my balls?
Balls or dick?
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Of course.
I have my hand there, and then I'm like, oh, that's okay. But I'm not gonna like go into my crack and
sometimes
go like.
I like it. No, I'm just joking.
This guy's comedian. I can't validate everything he does. I don't even know if he's my own brother anymore. Dude, damn. Now you do that with everything you do. Like with food, you're like, and now I get that picture in my head. What the hell, dude? So
I mean, you shouldn't say that. You look like you came with the milk, man.
What does that mean?
No, not came. Wait. You came with the milk, man. Here you go. Here's a ginger for you.
The milk producer.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you wish you never saw? Weirdest thing.
Wait, what? I
That's
mean,
the
sometimes
weirdest.
you're like,
But some
I've
questions.
never thought about that.
No, no, exactly. So it's like a new. So you only get the thing that pops up in your mind, but you've probably seen much more.
Everything that I've regretted seeing is basically like stuff from 4chan.
For what the hell?
Never been on that page before?
No, I've heard of it.
That shit's crazy. I mean, yeah, but I've seen some fucked up stuff, you know. But that
Oh, maybe no. It's not the weirdest. I have like if you're talking about like
like
in
gore and
this
shit,
what?
like gore videos and stuff.
No, I'm talking about real life. I'm talking about internet.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
talking. We're talking
I mean-
about like what have you seen in real life?
I mean, if you're in real life and you see it, you can't really regret it.
no, but like I've seen like when I found that
Oh
dead
yeah,
guy when I was working. That's like it's not it's like what do you determine as weird? It's like it's very strange to see a dead person in front of you.
yeah.
But I don't want to go too like be too morbid, but that's what comes to my mind when I think about something weird. That's very out of the norm for
Ordinary.
me, ordinary. But like seeing some naked guy run around, like I remember seeing that just being a little bit weird. Some like high, yeah. When I was out partying once, and when like I was in Mexico, I saw yeah I saw like a few people like really fucked on some substances.
I mean, I
Um,
haven't really seen much stuff like that, to be
Yeah.
honest. I guess I'm very lucky, but
yeah, but you haven't traveled that much. I think
no, but okay, I guess
I've seen weird stuff in Sweden, but like the weirdest stuff when I've traveled.
you don't really need to travel to traumatize yourself. You can just
No, it's not traumatizing. Just seeing weird stuff.
You can
You're
just
gonna
go on the
increase-
internet.
You're
and
going to
you can see it
increase
as
the
well.
probability of you seeing weirder
Yeah.
stuff. I guess that's weird for you because if you live in the same country, it's not typically as weird. But when you're traveling at like maybe the culture isn't you, you're like, hey, that's pretty weird.
Yeah.
You use a bidet.
Next question.
I don't use a
next
bidet.
question.
I
I
wipe
want-
my butt.
I want more from.
Or you crack.
Last question.
Last?
Yeah.
Have you wait?
All right, two more.
Have you ever thought about doing a cosmetic surgery? What would you change if you do it?
I want a thicker dick. No, I don't know.
I don't get why I get if you're not like if you're average or a little bit above, why would you increase it? It's not like it's just gonna be painful for women.
I mean, what if you have a spaghetti noodle?
Then I understand. But as I said, if you have average or a little bit above average, why would you want to increase that? It's like why? It's not gonna be more comfortable for you
I mean,
or for her.
I think it's porn.
Yeah, but
Makes people like that.
Yeah, like
I mean,
normal
I've never
people.
been.
Normal people, like why a chick don't want like a 30 centimeter Hadouken? Why would you?
No. I mean, I'm very happy with my size.
Or even over like 20 centimeters, like
We went straight
like 8
into dick.
inches. Like why would you ever? Yeah, but you talked about it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I would probably get like a bigger toe.
What?
Just joking. That would be like
You want two big toes. You want one
Yeah.
big toe on the little toe.
It'll stabilize.
I'm stable.
I'll get a better grip when I'm running.
always
which I never do.
go in lifting shoes.
I should never wear shoes. No.
Hobbit.
No, I'd probably get a BBL.
But BBLs look so fucking weird
Dude, it
because
looks ridiculous.
the hams and the quad does not match
Yeah,
at
it looks
all.
so funny. I saw it like when I was competing once. There's a girl running around with it. I'm like, why would you?
But it looks very nice though.
When?
But it
No, it doesn't.
But it looks ridiculous.
It
But
looks weird.
it I mean,
No, it doesn't. Have you seen it,
yeah.
naked?
I mean,
I've never seen a BBL like with. I've never been with someone that has a BBL,
no, neither have I. But I've
so I
seen it
can't
on,
really
on the
speak out of
interwebs.
preference. But what I've seen in clothes and stuff, like I don't think it looks good. Whatever you feel, if you enjoy it and you feel good, do it. I just pick my preference is everything I say. I don't do it.
I mean, I'm kind of the natural guy, you know. I like when they look natural. I don't
Yeah,
like
like,
when
why
a
would
woman looks fake
Yeah,
with
Why
5 tons of makeup.
and
Oh.
just be you and look. People are beautiful in their essence.
just be ugly.
If that's somebody's gonna think you're pretty.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean,
I ain't
dudes don't make.
I'm not a cup of tea of everyone, but hopefully someone thinks I'm pretty. That's the most important part, right?
I mean, there's a
And
lot of
that-
people that think you're pretty.
Hey, gay dudes.
Hey.
I ain't discriminating. Maybe when I'm 60, I'll be riding that wave. No,
Why
I'm
when
joking.
you're 60?
I'm joking.
Hey,
Because then I have kids
I will
and
prepare a
everything.
grinder for you.
I can be ashamed. No one will remember my name. No, I'm not kidding. I'm kidding. It's not shameful. I respect everybody in their decision. Just don't come at me with panagas.
Yes,
I was actually in Amsterdam. And they had like the Pride. Dude, when I was walking through there with my friends, I was like, no. Everyone, they're really, I really like, how they're really nice.
But they're really gay.
Yeah, but I don't like that. But I was like, no, please don't touch me.
I mean,
I really felt like a piece of meat. I was like, yeah, oh yeah, oh shit.
yeah, but I mean, hey, of course you are. I mean,
When I walked into the club there, one like ran up to me and grabbed my tits like this, and I was like, no, what the.
I mean, hey, I mean, could you imagine guys being attracted to guys? Just try to think about it for a second. Yeah, it's like a dude. Just imagine how a guy is against girls, and then he wants to be like that, like to a guy. I mean, there's less boundaries.
Yeah.
A dude won't be like, "Don't touch me," and he'll be like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, but that's why they Hadouken more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't dislike gay people. I like everybody.
You're gay.
I am?
No, I'm kidding.
Really?
Maybe. A little part of you. No, I'm joking. You're not the straightest guy I know. That's all I'm saying.
What the fuck? What is that? What does that mean?
You're a little bit in your feminine energy. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We mix it. What if you can display one sentence in the sky? What would you say?
What?
That's so out of context. What the hell? One sentence in the sky.
I exist.
What?
Yeah, God.
Oh.
Just to troll everybody.
Oh wait. I was directly thinking about like a plane going by with like a.
Me too.
I wasn't thinking about a message just like that. Just a theory.
It's like repent.
Would it be cursive? Would it be?
If it would be my handwriting, it would be everybody would be like, "What does it say?
Okay, what the fuck?" You're like increase.
Shit.
What did you say? I'm here.
All the millennials would be like this. They would do it.
Yeah. Have you done that when you've been on like a? I did that in a book once. No, I don't remember if it was a book. It was some sort of something I was holding, like a reading something or something. I swear to God, I was like, oh shit, because you're so used to that, you know what? Oh shit.
But it's like I tested my daughter.
Oh wow.
I tested my daughter.
Yeah.
And like millennials, they have never had like. They haven't had that.
With the phone, yeah.
So then I asked her,
like that.
Do you make a pretend call? How would you hold the phone?
Yeah.
And she was like,
no, wait, why? Why like this? She was like this. She grabs the iPhone.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, but that's not like that. How the fuck do you hold the iPhone?
Yeah, I don't know. They do that.
You don't do this with the iPhone? How you are you gonna do it like this?
You're a spooter, man.
How do you do that? Like this?
Yeah, but
hi.
But she did hold it. I was like, you know how Daddy does it. She's like, no. She's like, hello. She's like,
yeah.
Why?
Because then you have the mic here.
Yeah.
And then you put this in your ear. It's in your handphone. Oh. But now we actually do like this. Like we have this.
Yeah. They do that. Yeah.
Hello.
It's like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? You're bad. You had on tabs. I don't remember if you could. Oh yeah, I don't know if we did this the last time. If you could program one of your organs to perform a supernatural power, what would it be? Don't go that way.
No.
What?
I would program my stomach to just filter out, like make it so I can eat whatever the fuck I want, and then it just takes what it needs and then just the rest just goes through.
Wait, yeah. This is actually a pretty interesting question. If you could program one of your organs to perform a supernatural power, what would it be?
Or I could
I could
come like a fucking fire hydrant.
Huh.
Did you just hear what I said?
Fire hydrant?
I can program myself so I could come like a fire hydrant.
No,
Like,
why would you do that? That would be so.
That would be so fun.
No, that wouldn't be good. What the hell? That's like scary movie stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, like scary movie.
You could never.
Or like you could grow your hair.
Could you imagine doing that at home? You're like, oh shit, I gotta clean.
I gotta repaint.
No, oh my god.
No, but imagine being able to grow your own hair.
Oh yeah.
Like on command. Like.
Oh, this is a hard one.
Or
I could program one of my organs. I'd have to do something with my cells. I'd program my cells to be immortal. It's a superpower.
You really want that?
I don't know if I want that, but I probably program my cells to be like some sort of matter that's impenetrable. Like my cells, like they would be. But that's an organ myself.
What would that entail as well? Being completely impenetrable. There's a lot of mechanisms that kind of penetrate you.
Maybe super meiosis or mitosis, like
meiosis.
Mitosis, like really my cells. I can control my cells, so I could really
like the Rubber Man.
No, but like I don't know. I want to do something with the cells.
I want to.
Maybe I could do that. I could expand. I could like a like Ant-Man.
No, but but imagine you're like going to a competition. You're like in off season and you're like I'm ready.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but probably something with the cells. Like I could manipulate the cells so I could become. Then I could have like a lot of superpowers.
Yeah.
Because I became Slenderman, I could become hard. I could become probably something like that.
You can always become hard.
Maybe I could do something with the cells to really put a lot of power, so I can maybe jump far, like power in my legs or cells. Like if I could like really manipulate them to really. But something with the cells would be cool to manipulate my own cells.
Yeah.
Or superpower. I'd like to understand. My own physiology. I think that would be my own. If I could understand the human physiology, no, maybe the brain. I could understand all the physiological, all the processes in the brain. I can understand. That would be a superpower. Could you understand?
But then again, your brain is different from everybody
Yeah, but still,
else's.
I want to understand my own brain.
Yeah.
That would still give me insight into other people because we're still physiology.
What, you want to be telepathic?
No, I just like to understand every minute part of the human inside. The human brain and the capacity.
Some things that's actually very interesting, which you mentioned, immortality. Yeah. Would you actually want to be immortal?
I don't know. I don't want to.
You know. I mean, imagine. I think it would be fun.
I think it's something beautiful with living life and experience it with the people and realizing that this is all you get. Like in this space that we know, I think there's something romantic about it because that if you think like that, you're gonna experience and appreciate these moments that I have with my brother and the times I have with my family and my best friend and my friends. I value them more because I know one day I'm not gonna have that. You're gonna value the time you have with your daughter now because she's never gonna be this old again. In 10 years, you're gonna think back. So I think there's something romantic about it, and I don't think I would want to live. I'd probably want to live if everyone could live a little bit longer, absolutely. But I don't think I would want to be immortal.
I think death is just as important as life, to be honest.
Yes. Because
without death, what's the point of doing anything? Without death, I mean,
it gives a certain urgency.
Yeah, but I mean, without death, why would you do anything.
It's like Gary Vee says, like, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
That should be motivation enough to do whatever you feel like doing.
Because death is so core in everything. Like the death
death
of
is,
your old self,
so
the death of
Yeah.
something that you love,
Yeah.
because you need to go on and start something else. Because that, I feel like death and life is like something that's so present in life, like in so many different aspects.
Yeah, death is it's interesting. It's
But yeah, speaking about death,
yeah, we're gonna go out on death.
yeah, but
But the
that's
take
the
home
death
part
of this podcast.
But the take home part is that
Yeah.
we're trying to use it for us, not as something that weighs us down.
Yeah.
We're trying to see whatever happens, that it's something that we can take something out of, so we can try to flip it, even though it's hard sometimes, to something positive.
Yeah.
So death, yes, it's the ending point most likely, but it's also something that gives us reflection upon presence.
And the death of old ideas, the death of old and outdated ideologies.
So it's almost teaching us to live in the present and not live in anxiety in the future or depression in the past. It's almost teaching us to live now, because this is all we can do.
But could you imagine, like, the same people in power forever? Nothing would change.
That would be crazy.
Nothing would change. Imagine Biden or Putin never dying. Like, and there's no fresh blood, no new ideas. Nothing changes really. You know, that would be crazy.
That would be weird, yes.
Yeah. But on that note, I just want to say,
what do you want to say?
as we said before, we had some technical difficulties. I'm trying to actually make it so that it sounds better.
Yeah.
And we're trying to upload so nothing really sounds as bad as the first two episodes.
Yeah.
We might remove them.
I don't think we should.
No?
I don't think we should. It's part of it, man. The small steps. You just take the
steps.
steps.
You're in for the
Nothing
journey.
in the beginning is perfect. Or whatever perfect now is. It's a spectrum, but we're trying to make it better. This episode is not as good as it's going to be in the 20th episode.
No, that's true.
So are we going to move this? Are we going to remove this step?
Yeah, but no. But this is going to be good because the audio is going to be fine.
Yeah.
But if you think about it like this, if they press on the first episode and the audios, I mean, the audio is not kind of it's not off. I mean, I think the first one is fine, but the second one was it's tedious to listen to when it's not.
Right in the thumbnail, that audio on episode 1 and 2 is a little bit off.
Yeah.
But this episode is the first one.
So
hopefully,
we want to say have a good week.
Yeah.
And
thank you for listening, and start the day off like a real fighters.
Yeah.
Go for your goals and never let anyone put you down. You're fucking awesome, and we love you guys, and we appreciate you for listening to this.
Stay hard.
Stay hard. Well, yes, in the gym, not. You can do that too. Your missus is gonna love you.
Peace.